one added onto these. So I actually watched all these plus that twice. And then Halloween 2, which just came out, I think, earlier this year on DVD. I didn't see that in theater. I waited for the DVD, and I got that as soon as it came out on DVD, which I don't like it really at all. Especially compared to the first. The first one, I thought was great. I thought Rob Zombie did a great job on the first one. The second one, just, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I guess, from what I read, the studio made him cut it down. I guess he had a lot longer, just the same way. Rob Zombie has 4 movies. Well, 4 live. I think he has a cartoon out, like a horror cartoon or something. I didn't see that. Haunted World of El Superbeasto, but I haven't seen that yet, and that's like a cartoon or whatever. But he has 4 live action movies out so far, and that's it. This year, I mean, he only has 4 out so far this year. House of a Thousand Corpses, I didn't like it at all, but I heard the studios made him make major changes to that movie, and it sat on a shelf for years. Because I remember seeing a preview for that too. Years later, it was finally released because it was so bloody and, you know, so much killing and whatever in it that they didn't want to show it because everybody was going to make a big deal. Like, oh, it's just too gory and whatever. You know how people are. So they made them make major changes to it. Probably cut it down, and who knows what they cut out of it. And I didn't like this movie at all. Then when Devil's Rejects came out, I thought it was a classic movie. It's one of my favorite. Devil's Rejects is one of my favorite horror movies in my top 10. I was like, wow, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, it doesn't even seem like the same person. A lot of people like House of Thousand Corpses, but I didn't. So to me, I'm like, it doesn't even seem like the same person made these two, because this is a classic and this one just sucks. So, but then I read that they made him make major changes. I'm like, man, what would they have done, or what would this movie be like if they didn't make him make changes? It would probably be just as good as this. Then Halloween came out, and it was just, even though it was a remake of a classic movie, he just added so much backstory to it that it just made it so good. Like I really don't even know which one I like better, because I like them, in a way, I like them both the same, I guess. I mean, the original, so the original, and it was done by John Carpenter, which is a horror, great horror director, but Rob Zombie's a great horror director too. But I don't know. I mean, in a way, I like them both the same. I really can't pick which one I like better, just because what Rob Zombie did with this, I just like it so much. And Halloween 2 was like, it's not even the same director. It's to me, it just sucked. And it was like the whole dream thing with Michael's mom, which died in the first, didn't make sense at all. And the kid Michael was in it, and I don't know, but then I read that they made him cut this down, I don't know how many hours, it was only an hour and a half, and supposedly he had it like 4 hours long or something, and they made him cut it down to an hour and a half. So if we would have got to see the whole movie the way he wanted it, I'm sure it would have been probably just as good as Halloween, but the way it is here, it didn't make sense. It just wasn't that good. Like, it was okay, but compared to this one, just not good at all, really, I thought. So, anyway, after I watched the Halloween ones, I started with Jason, and I ended up buying. So that year, 3 years ago, I bought all these movies, and then watched them all in a row. So, obviously, had to start at the beginning. Friday the 13th, and then part 2, I both have on the same DVD. So, there's the first 2. I watched part 3, and then they released part 3 in 3D, which I was like, ah, man. I never ended up getting it, but because I bought this first, so I was like, I'll just not get it. And now it's only like $7, so maybe I'll end up getting it eventually, just to see it in 3D, but, or maybe not, I don't know. And then 4, Final Chapter. I think this is one of Corey Feldman. Oh man, it's sticking together. Corey Feldman's actually in 2 of them. He's in the one, and then I think he's in the beginning of the other. I don't know. I forget which ones he's in, but I think it's this one. Actually, I think it's part 4 and 5 that he's in. because he's a kid, and it was even before Lost Boys, I think. So part 4, part 5. Oops. Part 4 is wait. Okay. Oh, part 4 is the final chapter. Looks like they wanted to end the series, and then they're like, "Oh no, we're making too much money." Part 5 is New Beginning. Part 6, Jason Lives. And one of them was Crispin Glover is in one of them too. The dad in Back to the Future. I think it might have been part 6. It was one of these 3. I think it was part 6, but I'm not sure. Then there was part 7, New Blood. Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, which is actually like, I kind of like this one just because, you know, it's New York. He gets to New York, he takes a boat, kills everybody on the way, and then gets to New York. And then Jason Goes to Hell, which will be part 9. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Part 9 is Jason Goes to Hell. Jason X, obviously part 10, pretty bad. They updated his mask. Then the 11th one will be Freddy vs. Jason, which I have in that collection over there, but I had this one first. So I just kept it because it's in the Jason collection, and then I have that other one for the Freddy collection. And the only one I'm missing of... So I have all the Halloweens, including remakes, which is 8 here, 2 remakes, which makes 10. I have all the Jasons except for the remake, reboot that just came out last year. I don't have it yet, but I'll have it eventually, just so I have them all. And that makes 12 total. And I have all the Freddys except for the remake, which I will get eventually, just to have them all. And that makes, there's 8 plus remakes, so that makes 9 total. So there's 10 Halloweens, 9 Freddys, and 12 Jasons so far. And they're still making remakes. H3, Halloween 3 is going to be, who knows when, probably next year, and that's going to be a 3D without Rob Zombie. And Scout Taylor Compton said, I guess, I saw an interview with her, said, you know, if first, I guess, she read the script or something, and it kind of sucked, and she was like, no, I don't want to do it. And then they were like, changed stuff around, and she's like, well, I will do it if, you know, if the script's good, I'll do it. But if it's like bad, if it's shitty, I don't want to do it. So hopefully she's in it, which would be cool if she comes back, even though Rob Zombie's not gonna come back. But as long as they, you know what I mean, hopefully they make it good too. If they make it script real shitty, then I guess it doesn't matter who's in it, it's gonna suck anyway. But it'd still be cool to see her come back. And that's it. That's all for this year. I guess you'll see me next year with my next one, with all the movies I watch next Halloween. So, alright, well, I'm gonna make a I guess I'm gonna make all my horror movie collection right after this too. So watch that too. I'll just go through all my movies and see which ones are horror movies, and I'll show you them. So, alright, well, talk to you guys later. Bye.